Yo, what's up? This is Freethinker House update number 14. Holy crap, 14.
Big number.
Been here October, November, December, January, and now February, going into second half of February. Where are we at? Is it second half? I don't even know what day it is. It's February, okay.
7th, right?
We're rolling into February now, and we've been showing you guys the progress we've been doing. We're gonna talk a little bit about that, and then give you a little bit of insight into some of the issues that we run into being a community space.
Okay, so y'all have been watching, and I've been trying to reach my goal of $400 in 4 weeks. We only made half that goal. I'm trying to do things to re-strategize, still trying to find ways to different types of ways to make money outside of my job. I mean, it would be easy for me to just continue on, working every day, doing something I don't like, and I could make that money, but the whole point of this is I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to work for somebody who doesn't care about me or appreciate me. I want to work a job or work for myself to where I'm doing things that are in line with what I believe. So making kombucha, growing microgreens, we're going to step our game up, and I'm going to keep re-strategizing, reach our goal, and then after that we're going to surpass our goal. This setback I'm not going to let it hold me back. The original reason I set this goal was to prove to myself and show everybody out there that it's possible to make money without working a regular job. And it's not necessarily a failure, because I still proved to myself that I can make, like the first couple weeks I was making $100 a week. And so I proved to myself that I'm capable of doing that, and I'm going to continue doing that and continue getting better at that.
So the garden is another aspect of the Freethinker House, and we had a couple of setbacks, with the freeze where we lost a bunch of the crops, and then actually with the heat now, because Texas is crazy with the weather, we've had a bunch of the lettuces bolted, so that has to be taken out. But we went to the garden center and bought a whole bunch of starters, another $100 worth. So we're gonna have tomatoes, a bunch more herbs, chilies, and they will go in the ground this weekend. We're gonna organize a garden day for this weekend, so if you guys wanna come out, we will post the link below in the comments. Please come out. We're gonna have more kombucha. We just ordered another 5-gallon container, or 2.5-gallon containers to brew more. And we have a bunch more people hitting us up with trees to come and check out, so we have 4 more spots. We're going to check them out this weekend as well. Oranges, grapefruits, there was something else in there, I can't remember, but we're going to have lots more flavors, so we're going to be hitting up Nextdoor app, and as well as the Facebook page. If you guys want some kombucha this weekend, we will have it ready.
I'm sad I'm gonna miss the gardening day. And these guys are going to be hosting an HFT meeting next week. I'm going to Mexico. By the time you're watching this, I'll be headed to Mexico for the next 3.5 weeks on my own adventures, and maybe I'll send some video home to put those in the updates. They're gonna be holding the house down, and as Jeffer said, doing garden days. We have an HFT meeting next Thursday night, and you can find all that info at the Freethinker House on Facebook. So we live in the Freethinker House, the 3 of us here live here, we pay rent, we split all the bills, and we agreed when we moved in here that our goal was to try to have a space where we could do house shows, we could do the meetings we talked about, we could do a garden, we could do everything that we want to do in the city and show people what's possible, how easy it is to become more sustainable, and hopefully in the long run totally sustainable, while still living in the city. And the space, to us, it's something important. It's something that we really value. Not only is it where we live, but we take pride in the fact that we have this house space to give people an opportunity to come enjoy music, to raise money. So far, we've raised money for Houston Stands with Standing Rock, close to $400, about $150 towards Food Not Bombs, another $320 towards human trafficking. So close to $1,000 just in the few months that we've been here for local causes and for local groups. We love supporting the musicians and the artists and the artwork that we have on our walls. And it's a fun experience, but there are also downsides to this sometimes, and we promised you guys in the beginning in episode 1 that we would show you the ups and the downs, Johnny maybe not reaching his goal, and the different things that happen, so that you can see what it's really like to live this lifestyle and what we're dealing with. And this past week, we've had, in the past 2 weeks, we've had 2 house shows. We had one for human trafficking that we showed you a clip of last week, and we had one just this Monday that was organized by friends of ours, and it was a onesie folk punk party. Everybody was running around wearing onesies. It was kind of cool, but honestly, the 3 of us were kind of worn down at this point, and we weren't regretting allowing them to use our house, but we were sort of like, all right, let's get through this one. We weren't necessarily, me and Jeff were in our rooms pretty much the whole night. And this is because the last show, the human trafficking show, we included our friends Days and Days, who we love and appreciate so much. But we've come to realize that their crowd, and really this kind of, without generalizing and collectivizing a group of individuals, but this crowd that, you know, is more folk punk, crusty kids, that, you know, I come from this background as well, and I understand what it's like to come to house shows and to not really pay attention to where you're at. But now that we're in the space and we're providing the space and we care about the space, it's not just a house we're trying to trash. We have the garden beds out front, and we have the garden in the back, and we have animals here, and all sorts of things that we care about. It's been difficult, we've found, to get this particular crowd to care about the things we care about as much as, you know, we would like them to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really upsetting when you open up your house to others, and then, you know, we have someone wrote the word fuck on my avocado plant at the Sharpie,
and on the cactus,
like they're throwing cigarette butts in our front garden, and they're stepping, actually, like literally stepping on plants and killing plants, and I mean, it shouldn't be like that, you know. I mean, we try to open our house up to people, but not everyone has that mutual respect. So I'm trying to find ways to reach out to these people and to make them kind of like get the picture, understand what we're doing here, and understand how community is supposed to work, and maybe they could take that home, and maybe some people never learn. But I don't want to keep providing my hard work, like, or the space that I worked so hard to have, for people who are just gonna shit all over it. I mean, it's just kind of where we're at, and it comes with what we're doing right now. But those people acting that way aren't necessarily a part of our community, and you know, the space is still open for everyone, but we're not gonna be tolerating that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, I think it's been a learning experience for us. We've had 3 or 4 parties with the Days and Days crowd now, and at first we were selling alcohol at the first one, and that was a disaster because you know, there was beer cans everywhere, people just drinking way too much, you know, not because we were selling too much, but because they bring their own, and we just decided after that, okay, we're not going to sell alcohol at this event. If they bring their own, whatever. But even with us stopping selling the alcohol, they bring their own, they drink way too much, they fight in the streets after the show. So it's kind of like we're to the point now where is it even worth it to have that energy?
Like Johnny was talking about, we sort of started to reevaluate and think about, well, are these people even a part of our community? Obviously, we have an open house, and this is where we hold the HFT meetings, and everyone and anyone is always welcome. Background, musical taste, whatever, wherever you come from, you're always welcome at the meetings and the things we do. And because we're so open, we do get people who maybe come in and don't necessarily understand the ideas that the 3 of us here, who consider ourselves, you know, to be working on a daily basis to better our community and better the world, and using the spaces that, to some people, they're not aware of that, and maybe it's just ignorance. They don't know that this is the Freethinker House. We try to make efforts throughout the events to say, hey, by the way, you're in the Freethinker House. This is what we do here. Check out our literature. Check out the events we have coming up. But some people are coming in it's just another place for them to party. They don't really care whose house it is or what's going on. And I wouldn't consider those people to be a part of my community, because the community that we're building, that we're a part of, are people who do care, who do have compassion, and do have mutual respect, and understand for us to build a better world without corporate and state power, that we have to take personal responsibility for ourselves. So that means not being a piece of shit and just like dumping stuff on someone else's lawn. I mean, I've really, in the past week, related to the house and just other events in my life, just seeing the neighborhood, and I went to the forest this past week and saw this trash all in the forest, just have really been overwhelmed and a little bit upset with just how people act and how people treat the planet and just their surroundings, and how some people seem to have no care or concern for that. And definitely seeing some of that in the house has been an eye-opening experience. But overall, I don't think this is going to change any of the things that we're trying to do. We're still going to keep trying to invite people in, and we just have to take the lessons as they come and realize that maybe not everybody's on the level that we're pursuing, and hope that the people who do want to really be involved come here. Because, I mean, we want to make it clear that other than some of these isolated house events, all the other events that we've had have been amazing. We've got people coming out and building the gardens, people coming out to raise money for different causes with the soup events, and just a ton of other things that we're doing here where we've had great success and a really positive outcome. The meditations, the yoga, and all that stuff. It's only these isolated events where a particular crowd comes that doesn't seem to care about what we're doing. So if you do come to the Freethinker House, hopefully you can spend some time getting to know what we're about and enjoy the music, and maybe come back another time when we're doing other events, you know. And if not, and if this is just a place for you to party, then at least do it with respect.
Where do you reckon that crowd come from philosophically?
Honestly, I think that most of this particular energy of this crowd that we're talking about, and again, like, forgive me for collectivizing and generalizing a group of people, but based on the behavior we've seen, don't necessarily seem to be of the mind where they're concerned with like the philosophy of what we're promoting or the politics of what we're talking about. It's more like I said, they're just, if they have a philosophy, it's more nihilism. It's like, just fuck it, you know. These are kind of just get drunk and party, really, and I think that's just something we got to be aware of. And maybe that's part of bringing more conscious music and musicians and artists to the house, so that their crowd who has that same mentality can follow them to the house, you know. So maybe that's something we can work on harder. And if you guys have ever been in this situation before, ever had a house space or just dealt with people from parts of the community not really respecting what you're doing, please be sure to comment below, contact us. You can always find us on Facebook at the Freethinker House. And we're really excited about the future of what's to come. I know these guys got good things planned for February, and I'll be back in a few weeks. But other than that, we just want to hopefully get you guys to think a little bit harder about what we're doing here and the potential of what's here, because we don't want this to just be about elevating our lives. We want this to be a space where everybody who comes and gets involved can learn something and can get better, a better understanding of freedom and what it means to be a part of the community. So thank you guys for watching. Anything else?
That's it.
Peace.
Hey, River.
Peace.
River.